Okay, AP Lit. This is for Friday, the 20th. I thought I'd start today by just telling you a little bit about what I learned from 3 hours of webinars with the AP mock exam readers. I haven't started grading any of them yet. I probably won't get to them till spring break, is what I'm guessing. So just hang tight there. But we should be hopefully in really good shape. Pretty much everything they told me is what I taught you or told you all year long. So I said hopefully that translated to those texts, and those were some tough texts, man. Luckily, what we have been focusing on was kind of right in that wheelhouse. So, but anyway, from now on, when we're good to write, we're not doing intros anymore. It's kind of a waste of space and time because really they're just judging you on the thesis. So as long as you have a thesis that has one foci is all we need. Because on the exam, they're not going to say tone, detail, and symbols. They're just going to say literary elements, literary techniques. So I've kind of prepared you for that a little bit, but today they validated that, or at least told us that's how it's going to be. Okay. One foci, but still two examples because we need to balance things out. And then also, when they ask you to analyze things, think, commentary. You comment on your ideas, okay? How does your idea and your evidence and your explanation play back to, the thesis statement? Okay, so we almost need to start having 2 sentences of explanation per piece of evidence. So that's going to be your assignment for today, for Friday, I guess, for Monday, whatever you want to call it. So we're working with the same essay, okay? And one last thing that I have there is, we want to try to make our argument build. And we've kind of done that all year. And again, it's going to depend on the text that they give you, if that's a thing or not. So, when we think build, shift, or, is there a shift there? So, build up to that shift or build up to your bigger point. If you think the symbolism builds up to the theme, we're building. So again, you're just, I have an idea. Can I defend it? Okay, I can. Here's my idea. Here's my evidence. Here's my explanation. And we just need to repeat that process like we've been doing with these explorations. I really wish we would have started those earlier this year. But man, we should be in great shape. Everything they said, literally everything they said, we have been doing. So I feel good about that. You should too. Okay, because your essays have been spot on lately. And don't spend too much time on these, okay? So our assignment for Friday, or whatever you want to call it, we're going to use the same essay, okay? And I want us to try to do what I just learned from this webinar. So I want you to add one more sentence of explanation, okay, to that. Go a little deeper, okay? Think about it for a minute. How are those 2 things working? Look back at your idea and just go a little deeper. And then I want you to add one more sentence looking back at your thesis and your specific foci. So out of those 5 that you chose, how does your evidence, those 2 pieces of explanation, and that foci, how is that all related? Because they're looking for that too to score better points. So in order to get that 3, you got to make reference to at least one lit device or element. So character changed or unchanged, setting, symbols, contrast, complexity, same thing. Okay, so again, we've been working on that. The stuff we've been reading have all had that included. All right, so just a total of 4 new sentences. Same essay. It should be, start with 8. We added 2 more sentences from that article I provided. Now I want you to add 2 more sentences for each quote, okay, or for each piece of evidence, depending on which you used. All right. Okay, last thing, please double check, double spaced. All right, double spaced, people. It doesn't take that long. It makes it easier for me to comment in between. It's really hard to kind of edit and do things when there's no room there. Okay. Also, short stories are in quotation marks, not italics. Even though I saw a lot of people screw that up on the sample essays that we looked at. Not to mention citations also were screwed up here and there on a lot of the samples that we looked at. But that's not something that they're overly concerned about. But let's just try to be a little better at it, okay, moving forward. I envision doing the same sort of process next week. Okay, I'll give you a story on Monday. You'll again choose a foci, some evidence, and we'll move it in the same pace that I've done here. And then maybe on Thursday or Friday of next week, we can trade and grade and comment on each other's, and then maybe just do a quick revision and maybe a little reflection on how you can do things better. So just to give you a heads up of maybe what's coming next week, we're going to do the same exact thing, and then we'll take maybe a look at both of your essays and see how we can improve them. Plus, you get an opportunity to read other people's and judge them. So we've done that in class a couple of times. So they suggested that, and by golly, we've been doing that all year. So I couldn't be happier with both my teaching, of course, but also the way that you guys have responded as I've been learning about this stuff, because you guys are doing an awesome job. Okay, so as always, if you got any questions, let me know. And send everything through email. Emails and PDFs. Don't turn things into Google Classroom, please. Okay, same thing we've been doing all year. All right? See you, gang.